America.
We talk news.
8:06, Nashville's Morning News on SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. The moment we've all been waiting for. What is the big announcement? I am surrounded by Chris Hand. Good morning, Chris.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
We're all good. Chad Benson is here. Good morning, Chad.
What is up?
Well, we're going to find out. We've got here in the studio. Chris is in the newsroom where Joan sits, and Chad is where Johnny sits. And here in my studio, we've got Matt Murphy to my left. Hello, Matt.
Hello.
And Brian Wilson.
I need more coffee.
I have clearly had too much. Now, Brian announced, I'm just going to get right to it. Brian announced his retirement. Brian, your last day is
December 24th.
December 24th.
The drive reaches its final destination.
You're going to pull in. You're going to turn off the ignition.
That's right.
And then I'm just going to say it. Matt Murphy, congratulations. You are going to be afternoon drive on WTN.
Hey, congratulations, Murphy.
Well done,
Thank
Murph.
you.
And I'm just going to
It's
say
an absolute honor.
I'm just going to say that when I hired you, I knew that you would be a great fit for whenever the mighty Wilson decided to park the car and turn off the ignition. Your talent abounds, and I am so proud of you, and I'm so proud of the guy that I hired.
I was about to say you were proud of the guy that hired me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I do need to let you know, though, that we do have appearances to keep, and you need to cut your hair.
Yeah, you think
Yeah,
so?
they're-
These
they're-
are locks for Trump.
I know they're locks for Trump.
So you don't like Trump?
But he won.
But he won,
You
so
don't-
now it's
you don't like Donald Trump, though?
Oh, I like Donald Trump immensely, as a matter of fact.
Well, it's funny because they told me to tell you during this announcement that we have appearances to keep and you need to grow yours. So it was weird how they told us
it kind of weird. Well, you know,
conflicting things.
The outgoing host on the drive, of course, has that great anchorman kind of hair.
Oh no, he's got a good look.
Yeah, he really does.
He claims he doesn't like to take pics, but I saw those pics that you took recently, and they look great.
Yeah,
You and Grogu.
Yeah, my wife forced me to sit down after church, but thank you for that.
You're welcome.
There's big, massive Brian and little tiny Grogu, and he remains as cute as ever.
Well, let me just say that real quick, because I know there's a lot of other stuff going on, a lot of other movement going on, that it was an absolute honor to be asked to be a part of SuperTalk 99.7 WTN 3 years ago, December of 2021. And it is an even further honor and a privilege and frankly, I think a responsibility to take up the time slot occupied by now Brian Wilson and The Drive and previously by Phil Valentine. It is an incredible, it is of my career, and I've been doing it a long time. There's nothing that I can say to thank the people of Middle Tennessee in the way that they brought me in, accepted me. I know that I'm a grump. I know that I'm a bulldog. I promised people that when I'm on your side of an issue, you want me on that team. You want me to be your bulldog. And the manner in which the listening audience has accepted me and brought me into the family has been absolutely overwhelming. So thank you so much for that.
Well, listen, I'm leaving you a great audience. They've been so good to me. And the folks, I want to say, when we made the announcement not long ago that I would be retiring, not completely gone. Mm-hmm. I'm still going to have a relationship with the station and still going to be doing fill-in work and some other stuff that we're working out now. And those announcements will come later, I assume. But I cannot begin to express how sweet and how lovely the audience has been in wishing me well in my new endeavors. So I just want to say thank you to the audience. When I came in to fill, it was big shoes to fill when Phil passed away, and I came in there understanding that I could never be Phil Valentine, but I could be Brian Wilson, and hopefully the audience would open their arms and greet me warmly, and they did. And I'm certain that they'll do the same for you, Matt, and I wish you all the luck in carrying on that time slot going forward.
Thank you, Brian.
So that leaves an opening noon to 3, and that is where Chad Benson comes in. And Chad, of course, the audience is now, folks are familiar with you because you've been doing a lot of fill-in work on the station here for the last, month or so.
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah, and people know you from the national show, of course, and that's how I knew you, a few years ago, and I've been keeping track of your career. And now you live here in Middle Tennessee. You moved here for the gig. You love Tennessee. And you'll be doing, in addition to your national show, you're doing a local show right here for Nashville and WTN.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm pumped. Thank you, guys. I'm so excited. It was funny because we started this endeavor, you and I, man, it's a while ago, man. We started talking and stuff, and it was funny when this was all going down. Dan calls me one day and texts me and goes, hey, whatever happened? Because, all the stuff. And I said, oh, you don't know. I said, dude, I'm like a block away from the station. He goes, what are you doing here? And then, it's like, the secret, inside. Yep. But I'm so excited to be here, and it is awesome. And it's great that I walk to work now, which is another awesome thing, because I live 65 miles away from my last studio.
And you live in a place where it's, relatively speaking, safe to walk to work.
It is. I don't have to worry about getting mugged. There's no bums anywhere. The worst case scenario is Vandy wins a game, and the 8 people that go support Vanderbilt carry away the goalpost.
Now, should we tell him, has he passed his triple secret probation yet?
I think that starts, right?
Does that start
just
on day
it can
one?
only begin after he is officially announced.
Yeah, okay, very good.
I was told it was a 3-year probationary period by my boss, Dan Mandis.
Yes, there is that. I still feel like I'm on triple secret probation around here. Chris Hand, by the way, remains at 9 to 12, and I'm still your humble host, 5 to 9. So,
Chris is behind me.
Chris is
it's
behind
very
you.
bizarre. Should we not all be on the same airplane? Isn't that we're not supposed to be on the same airplane, right?
I don't know. I think the feeling from downstairs was we can't all be in the same room at the same time. Otherwise, if something were to happen, the radio station would go kaput.
Well, the other problem is there's not enough fumigation to clean out the studio if all 5 of us are in the same room.
It's the size of the egos. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
That's exactly right.
You don't get into this business without having a little ego. Let's be real.
That's exactly right. So, Brian, I want to know what I know that you have this new thing that you're doing for Watertown.
Yeah, I wanted to be the mayor of Watertown.
Yeah.
And
Brian Wilson should be the mayor of Watertown.
I was going to run for the mayor of Watertown.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I got that morning frog. And it turned out that couldn't happen because of equal time provisions, FCC rules and regulations, and it just wasn't possible to do that. So the other day...
the FCC ruins all the fun, by the way, don't they?
know.
Can we all just, as 5 talk show hosts, can we all just admit that the FCC ruins all kinds of fun?
They're fun ruiners.
Bleep, yeah.
Believe me, they've been the bane of my existence at times. Mm-hmm. But I got unanimously elected as the president of the Watertown Chamber of Commerce.
Wow. That's a very
Yeah, I know.
When did that happen?
You didn't know about this?
I didn't know about
Hold on. We got
it
it.
happened Monday.
Right.
We're gonna skip traffic, because we don't. Johnny has been absconded from his room. So
You want me to do traffic real quick? Traffic sucks.
We had that problem on 24. I believe that it's clear now. But anyway, so yeah, Brian is now the president of the Watertown Chamber of Commerce.
It's the Watertown and East Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, and I'm it's a job that I love. The little town that I moved to some 3 years ago. I'm really excited about helping that little community prosper, and so I was elected on Monday night, and I'll be doing that in addition to all the other things that I'll be doing.
Well, you'll have a lot to do, because isn't there a train thing that's happening between Nashville and Watertown now?
In fact, I think it's maybe today. I got to double check my calendar. They're announcing that they have gotten the funding for a turnaround for the trains that come in, and the reason that they want that is that there's a steam locomotive that's being rebuilt right now, and they want to bring it to Watertown. We have trains that come there all the time carrying tourists, but they needed a thing to turn it around, a big turntable, so that they're going to break ground on the new turntable. They got a grant to get that thing built.
Please tell me you get to get a shovel and a hard hat and do that first thing of dirt.
Big scissors.
Big scissors.
That'll be the mayor and the council and all of that. But I'm very excited about that.
Is it safe to say, Brian, that you are going to be working behind the scenes to undermine whoever the new mayor is in Watertown?
No.
Are you sure? Because, I mean, I know how...
It's not the new mayor. He's been the mayor for 40 years.
I thought he was leaving.
No, he ran for re-election.
Are you going to run again? Are you going to run now that you have that chance?
No, that one wouldn't have the opportunity until the election was just held. So
how long is a mayoral term?
I think it's 4 years. So.
4 years?
4 years.
I mean, this guy's got to be old, though. I mean, maybe. I'm not wishing
Brian, you can,
ill will on anyone.
No, we wouldn't want that.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
He's a good guy, and he'll
You
do
know what?
well. But we're
Sometimes,
going to be working hand in hand, I hope, in the future to do some things that are important to the chamber and the businesses and the people who operate. They sort of the downtown area of Watertown, such as it is.
You know, I think Matt knows people who could visit the mayor and maybe convince him to step aside.
Not me.
Not
But
you?
Chris Hand is from the area.
He is.
He's
He's
those
from
types
the
of
East
people.
Coast.
Yeah, he's from
he
the
probably
upper
knows
East
people
Coast.
like
He probably
that.
knows folks.
He's
like
from
that.
Whitey's area.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yes,
exactly. That's what I was thinking.
You guys are causing me more trouble.
Well,
than
no.
you can
What I
possibly
want to know is who of the four of us remaining, Chad, Chris, Dan, Matt, who wants first crack at new Chamber of Commerce head ruining Watertown story? Who wants the first crack at that story 3-4 months from now?
I just hope that it breaks overnight, so I have first crack at it. So when you start doing that hijinks and shenanigans over at the Chamber of Commerce, do it at night.
That's
Scandals.
Awesome. That's
Scandals.
Very cool. That's very cool.
So what kind of how are you going to make the drive, the afternoon show, your own? You're going to keep the name The Drive? Have you even thought about that?
He's going to be the meanderer.
No, I mean, The Drive, obviously, that was Brian Wilson's, kind of brainchild and his baby. And, I kind of figured that as he was saying that the Drive was coming to its final destination, that would open up an opportunity for me. I think that I'm going to go with, wait for it. I think I'm going to go with this. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. This is what I think I'm going to go with. The Murphy Show. What do you think?
Ooh.
I like it.
With your host, Matt Murphy.
That's
Featuring
very,
Matt Murphy and the Matt Murphy players.
It's very imaginative.
I thought it was pretty good.
I like it.
I don't know.
Very good.
I was going to go with Nashville's morning news, but somebody told me that it was in the afternoons. And
Yeah, there is that as well. I think it's going to be interesting to watch Brian Wilson in retirement, unshaven, unkempt. His hair is going to get as long as yours, Matt Murphy. And he's just going to be like, walking around in pajamas around Watertown at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Is that what your retirement's going to be like, Brian?
No, from what I've been finding out from people who are going through this, I'm 69, so a lot of people are ahead of me in my peer group. And so what I find when I talk to them is that they're busier now than they were when they were working.
Well, Brian, not everybody can be the president of the Chamber of Commerce of Watertown in East Wilson
Unanimously
County.
elected, I want to point that out. There were no votes.
I predict a lot.
That sounds awfully, can I just say real quick, that's awfully Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin. I mean, that just sounds a little
No.
suspicious of me.
I'm glad you said it, Dan, because we were all thinking it.
No votes at all.
Dip their thumbs in purple ink after they voted to designate their votes.
It was a lot less formal than you might imagine.
Now, I don't imagine that at all. I imagine Brian riding around in his gator or whatever type of machinery he has over there with one of those spears, getting trash out of the roadways and fussing at people for dumping trash on Watertown.
Don't you know we have an image?
There is no trash in Watertown because it is bucolic.
Well, there you go. There you go.
There you go, bucolic Watertown.
You almost speak like the president of the Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely. All right, so, and you and I, Brian, have talked about this before, but Brian's not going away. His last day of full-time work is December 24th. What's your first day? You going to be on Christmas Day?
I think my first official day with the new show is being designated as January 2nd, although I will be in the following week of Christmas from 3 until 7. And, of course, I'm doing the Mondays and Fridays as well. So it'll be a kind of a slow burn toward that January 2nd. It's just call it a pre-opening, soft opening of
That's
the
what it
new
is.
afternoon show.
What I like about this whole situation is that Brian is going to, as we've all talked about, he's going to stay with WTN in sort of like a Brit Hume kind of role. Is the only way that I can see it where, if there's some big political stuff or something going on, I would love to turn to you for some commentary and some discussion and some storytelling as well.
Well, the Watertown studio remains active, and
Okay.
I can be on at any moment. So
Very good.
I'm here at your whim and call.
What are you going to do outside of your lofty position as president of the Watertown Chamber of Commerce? Like, are you going to finally come up with that new record like that other Brian Wilson guy?
No, but I recently purchased a Class B motorhome.
Did you really?
It's one of those sprint van kind of small rigs, and so there will be some travel. And I've built I've built a little studio that I can carry anywhere I go.
Yeah.
So no matter where I am, I can dial in and be on the air in full broadcast quality.
Very nice. All right, now.
Brian Wilson on the road.
On the road with Brian Wilson.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Where are you going to go?
I don't know. I've got a lot of people that I want to see. You know, as I get older, there are people who have been very important in my life that have been instrumental in any success that I've had.
Listen, if you want to come visit me in Mount Juliet, come on over.
And
see what I did there?
I need a 110 outlet, and I'll just pull up in the driveway.
Sure. That's exactly right.
When Brian pull up his camper in MJ.
Sure, absolutely.
Got to slide on that thing. You got to slide on that thing, Brian? No slides?
No slide.
No slides?
It's small enough that it'll fit in any parking slot.
There you go.
All right, so me 5 to 9, Hand 9 to 12, Chad Benson 12 to 3 for a local show, Matt Murphy 3 to 7. I sincerely hope, because people are like, can you stop it with the announcements already?
Yeah, I know.
I sincerely hope the next time that we do this, it's when I'll be announcing my retirement in like 10 years. I hope that we
You
don't
think you're
have...
making it 10?
It's quick on the draw for Chad.
It was very good.
All three of us were thinking it.
Listen, I hope that I make it to 10. I don't know if I will.
Oh, sure you will.
You know what? I could be called down from, here to the corner office, and they may make that decision. You know, dances, we're making all the changes. Why don't we just,
back you up to 4 a.m.?
Oh, God, no.
I mean,
I'm
why
having a
not?
hard enough time with 5 a.m. Are you kidding?
I mean, it's my understanding there might be some further openings in the day. Red Eye Radio.
Sure, you never know.
9 full hours.
No, you can never get enough Mandis.
I feel like the weirdo on the staff because I'm the only one without 2 jobs. Well, I guess you don't have 2 jobs anymore.
No, but thanks for bringing that up, though.
Well, I mean,
really
yeah.
appreciate it.
Well,
How's that feel?
You had 2 jobs
Does
for
that
a
feel
long,
good?
long time.
Hey, I wanna
That's
make
got to
sure-
feel pretty good, right?
By the way, I want to make sure. So, Chad, you are how old?
53.
Can you identify as 58?
I could.
So that
I can
I'm not the
identify as
oldest.
48 when
so
I
that
shave my beard.
There you go. I don't want to be the oldest guy on the staff.
Well, too bad.
I love you. You can hear Chris Hand snickering over there.
Brian, he's right here.
All right, you know what?
Anytime you want to be a little bit younger, Brian can broadcast from anywhere, he was saying.
That's
he can
right.
jump
That's
on with you anytime.
Brian Wilson with his 14 different jobs that he's going to
That's
take
exactly
on
right.
in retirement.
All right, so anything, because we're wrapping up here, is there anything that anybody wants to say that has not been said? Chris? What do you got?
I'm excited for Murphy, man. I think Murphy's going to excel. I'm bummed that Brian's leaving at the exact same time. I'm going to miss Brian. I'm going to miss listening to him. I would listen to him driving to school with the kids and then listening in the afternoon. I'm excited for Chad. I think that the sky's the limit for this station with the talent that we have.
Chad, what do you got?
I'm pumped. I can't wait. I'm excited to throw myself into it. It's kind of been a weird kept secret and stuff, and like you're still trying to do somebody else's show without kind of doing your own show. So I'm super excited to get this thing rocking and rolling.
All right, Matt, what do you got?
Thank you. Just simply a thank you to the audience. Thank you to Middle Tennessee for being so receiving of individuals like myself, like Chad. I'm sure Chad and Chris feel the same way. I mean, it's been a wonderful blessing to be a part of the family, and I look forward to continuing that in the afternoons.
Brian?
It's been a good ride.
I will tell you that, and I've said this ad nauseum, so I'll spare a long speech, but I am so proud of each and every one of you, and to be associated with such epically talented and amazing broadcasters. It has been my honor and my pleasure, Brian, to hire you and work with you, be on the air with you during random days, and also for breaking news. Just an incredible ride.
You and I have had some really big stories. I mean, you and I crashed the boards for the bombing downtown.
Christmas bombing.
Christmas bombing for the tornado.
Yep.
That was quite a day. And unfortunately for the Covenant shooting, we were on the air for hours. So, that's what one of my great hopes is when there is big breaking news that I can still, like the old fire horse,
Yep.
when the bell rings, you want to be there.
Listen, if there's any big breaking news from the Watertown Chamber of Commerce,
I will let you know.
You let me know.
I'll send out a press release.
All right. 8:25, Nashville's Morning News on SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. The SuperText line is open.